East Longmeadow Public Library Board of Library Trustees is called to order. And we will first take attendance.
Charlie Gray.
Sharon Bellinoit.
David Boucher.
Diane Tiago.
Art McGuire. And the meeting minutes of October 19th with the vote needed to accept.
Those will be at the next meeting, I guess.
We defer them to the next meeting. However, we do have the meeting for November 2nd, the minutes from November 2nd.
We do.
Yep.
This meeting was not videotaped.
They look like they're in order to me. I move that we, at the minutes of November 2nd, 2016, be accepted as submitted.
You want to second that?
Any commentary? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes of November 2nd are accepted. Minutes of the November 5th meeting.
Similarly, I had an opportunity to review these minutes earlier, and I move that the minutes of November 5th be accepted as submitted.
I'll second that.
Comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Nay. Those minutes are agreed to. It's respectfully submitted by. Do you want me to add that at the bottom? How do you want me to write that? This is what came both to the House
Yep.
and these.
I wasn't quite sure how I should write that out, to be honest with you,
What
but
Diane Tiago.
just put my name down that I wrote them up. Yeah, not necessary, but I did write them up, so I didn't
how
know
about
if I
the other
were
one,
supposed to
too?
be, you know.
The same
Yeah.
goes for the November 2nd.
Right.
I assume that, I knew you had taken the notes, Diane, so I
Yep.
assumed that they were yours.
Yep.
Diane Tiago wrote them.
Put my
Put your name?
name on it.
Oh.
That,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm?
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't,
yeah,
you know how
I gotta get
David,
you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
David, and then he says secretary, and I was like, Diane, but I'm not
You're-
secretary, but
Yeah.
You're a
assistant
You're
secretary.
a trustee, that's fine.
I
And you
think we
did these
understand.
too, right?
Yeah, I did both.
Right, so you know what, I meant to copy them onto letterhead. Let me do that, and then you can sign them both. And put
Absolutely.
them in the official file.
Right.
Right, sorry.
Okay, and then I just was waiting
Sorry.
for if it needed any corrections and misspellings or anything like that.
That's good.
Look
Okay.
good to me.
Guests, opportunity to address the board. Please stand up and, I see no one.
I don't either.
Director's report needs a vote to accept.
Okay, so the library finances, our state aid check usually comes in November. But we're not gonna get it probably until December or January because it was submitted on time, but later than than Susan used to submit it. Because of the fact that the budget request was not enough and we had to go to town council and so that delayed everything. But it definitely was submitted on time. So it's nothing, I'm not concerned about it at all. I fully expect that we will get our state aid check. I don't see any problems there. The conference room update, I met with our town manager Denise Menard and the director of the planning board, Robin McDonald, and we came to an agreement as far as the planning board meeting. The planning board did meet in this room and they found it to be too small. With people, we did rearrange the room and tried to make room for the public to come in and out and to have an easel for people to set up their plans and then LCAT to be taping, and they found it was just too small, too congested. And they requested that they meet in the big community room, which I was, which we would prefer that not happen. We'd like to keep that room available as much as we can for library programs and for the community to use the room. So I met with them to explain that and to show them our meeting room policy, which they were not aware of. And we all looked over that policy, and we talked about some alternatives, some other options. And Diane had told me that there are rooms in the schools available for people to use, which we didn't know, and they didn't know. So thank you, Diane.
I have my hands in two.
You do. So when she suggested the school committee room, which is a very nice room, and I'm sure big enough for
Yes.
the planning board.
Yep.
So Robin really liked that idea, and she talked to
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith,
Yep.
and they have booked
Oh, yes.
the school committee room.
Yep.
So as long as her board agrees, once they have a meeting there, that it is okay, and then I think they'll meet there from now on. The Conservation Commission is still gonna meet here in this conference room, and the zoning board only meets once a month, if once a month, so I don't see any problem.
Good. Sounds like you've got it under control. Good job.
Thank you, Charlie.
Conservation Committee, what's that?
I don't really know, to be honest. I'm not really sure.
And all the wetlands and things like that.
They need to meet more than once a month?
No,
They meet
I don't, I
twice a
think
month.
once,
No, they meet
twice?
twice a
Oh,
month,
really?
yeah.
Wow.
I think it's every second and fourth Wednesday,
Well,
but,
Why
and
do
the
they
zone-
want, do they need to meet here because of access to the
Yes.
town hall?
yes, there is no meeting room space in the
No,
town.
by access, I mean, could they meet off?
They-
Could they meet at the high school?
It's
or
possible,
elsewhere?
they could choose, to meet in one of the schools.
Yeah,
I guess I was thinking that the conference room is available, and it's not really a problem, so I think that,
Keep,
this conference room.
this conference
Yeah.
room, yeah.
keep, maybe, I would think, keep people posted, and if it
Right.
turns into a problem,
Right,
because of course we're here to serve our library public, if it turns into a problem, then we could address it at that time, but at the present time, you don't see it to be a
I don't
problem.
see it as a problem. I mean, we've moved things around, we can move things around a little bit, and,
Good.
we wanna make room for our boards and help out.
It's best to be, certainly best to be cooperative.
Right,
But this committee does not have responsibility anymore for the building. We know that, right?
well,
We can be enthusiastic and convincing to the public, but we don't have the right to say no.
We do have the ability to make policy recommendations, and we do, according to the rules we set up, that we amended, a year and a half, 2 years ago now, I guess, maybe longer. With the approval of the library board, the Board of Library Trustees, we have certain hierarchies of peoples who can use the rooms based on availability and on the recommendation of the library director. So, I think we have a responsibility to keep our eyes and ears open on behalf of the public and make recommendations accordingly. So my feeling is we should continue to do that until we're told to stop doing it.
this actually did bring up the meeting room policy needs to be updated. And so I gave everybody a copy, and in fact, Diane brought it up to my attention that some of this is outdated.
Oh, is it?
And, I think we need to go through it. I know you all have done all of these policies, if you wanna, I
Well, let's see,
highlighted
it says it was
the part.
amended
It was
in March
2014.
March of 2014,
Right.
so it's now November of 2016,
Mhm.
so that's 2.5 years ago approximately.
But the reason I raised that is the language in the new, the group that created the town manager and the council relative to the library board of trustees. I think there's language in there altering our ability to control what we're expected to control.
We should probably think about it, Art, I think. I'm looking at the fourth paragraph. It says, "The Board of Library Trustees reserves the right to alter and amend this policy and may restrict or extend the use of library facility as it deems appropriate." Alter and amend this policy. I believe that we are expected to set policies for the libraries. We're not expected to manage or to supervise the running of the library, but we certainly should be expected as trustees to recommend the policy of the
Yeah,
library.
we can certainly state our thoughts.
That's my position.
Okay.
So.
We can look at your
if you wanna
recommendations, we look it
through
over.
Yeah, and Diane.
And maybe for the next meeting or this meeting, what's your
Well, I
desire?
think, it's whatever you, the only thing I really wanna update right away is on the, release of all claims and on the, on the release of claims. I wanna change the date from 2014 to 2016.
You've read this, that's the form.
That's the form that
Yeah.
you
That's not,
signed.
That's
yeah,
a
the
policy.
date, that's not material.
Policy,
Actually, you don't
okay.
even have to put the date in on that, that's a blank form. In other words, I take the date off and it would continue to
just
be a blank
easier.
form.
I agree.
And on the Commonwealth of Massachusetts one, just take the year off of that and it'll be
Yeah.
going forward. So I don't think you have to
Yep.
make any change.
That's fine.
That's not a
Maybe I'm
material,
losing you. What page?
that's not a material change to the
Right.
policy.
No.
So,
So I'll just go ahead and do
yeah, that's right. It's a blank form. And the fact if anybody typed the form and gave it to us, it would be acceptable. Then we have to use this as a copy.
Oh, here it is, inked in. All right,
Yeah.
got it.
So,
It does say 16 here.
Well,
I think the other thing that you need to think about is, on the third page, number 8, no more than 4 reservations per calendar year may be made in advance. I think we need to clarify that. It was brought up that, to me that, the library programs that we do, for instance, the Great Decisions is gonna start in January, and that's our program.
Right.
And that goes twice a month for 6 months. And I booked that, cause that's our
Right.
library
Right.
program.
Well,
It doesn't say.
I understand. You can come up with some clarification wording for recommendation. I'd be willing to
Okay.
change it if it's necessary. But the headline of that says no, I'm sorry. It talks about the guidelines, group responsibilities is the headline before that. And then immediately following group responsibilities. So these are, in my opinion, outside groups not connected with the library. Group responsibilities is the paragraph before that, and then it says guidelines. And you could say guidelines for groups or something like that.
Yeah.
You and your staff are not groups.
all right,
Great.
The town officers are not groups.
right.
The Board of Library Trustees are not groups. They're entities associated with the town or the library. Groups are people such as, I don't know who would meet here, but, or let's say the garden club meets here.
Exactly,
Or
or Boy
peop-
Scouts.
The
or-
Boy Scout meets here 4 times, scheduled ahead of time, otherwise get permission. And so you could clarify that. That's not, again, that
Okay,
doesn't change the intent of the rules at all, but it is, might be helpful for clarification. If anybody is questioning that, they're questioning it in the negative, that is to say, why are the Board of Library Trustees meeting 12 times when it says groups cannot meet more than 4 times? Well, give me a break. We're of the library, or your staff meetings. Give me a break.
Now,
Okay.
so the minutes can reflect that, and we can always reach for the minutes.
Thank you.
Who's taking the minutes?
God.
No, if it's in the minutes, you can always turn to them for this discussion.
okay. So, let's see. Okay, moving on. I did talk to the town manager, just to clarify, since we're getting into the bad weather season, what, you know, I should do and what the next director should do in the event of bad weather. And she did say that it is her call, now, and we will continue to do what we have always done. If town hall closes, they usually, town hall closes at 4 o'clock anyway, but if they leave early because of bad weather, we go too. We follow them. But a lot of times we're open till 8, we're here on Saturdays. I said, what do I do then? So she said, she gave me her cell phone number, and she assured me that if there is a bad weather event, she is monitoring it. I can call her or text her. And if there is bad weather, she's in constant contact with the DPW and the police, monitoring the roads. So I feel like, you know, I feel very comfortable that, you know, she's going to be available. And so I would call her if I feel it's getting bad, and see what she says. Or the, you know, the next director would do,
Right,
but,
right.
but that's what she wants to do, because I used to call you guys.
That's no change. That's no change. You're just gonna notify her. We've always deferred to the library director and, well, I should say her judgment, but it would be his or her judgment, And the intent is to keep the employees of the library safe and make sure they're able to get home safe. And if it's bad weather and it's your recommendation that it close early, close it early.
No, I have to call the town manager to get.
I understand what you're saying, and that's exactly what's been done in the past.
Okay.
But you would make a recommendation to the town manager, I assume,
Yeah.
okay?
If I thought it was,
That's-
I'd only be calling.
that's why you'd be
because
calling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
when I've been called in the past is, we'd like to close, is that okay?
Right.
Yeah,
I just thought you were not, whoever called me, Susan in the past, you know, that was so horrible.
Well-
Susan was careful on it, and in
Yeah.
Art's absence, she called me a couple of times, and I
I
said,
called you.
you called me, you called me, that's right, it was nice talking to you. I said, get home, have some cocoa, I remember. It was a cold and stormy night. So
That makes-
that's fine,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
call her rather than Art, that's fine. But the point I'm making is it has to, absent the town hall closing, which is a good signal, and we close, absent that, then it's up to the library director, the person who's acting on behalf of the library director to say, I think there's a situation where we should close the library, and that's my recommendation. And I can't imagine anyone overriding that recommendation on a Saturday afternoon, or whatever,
Okay.
for whatever reason. Hurricane, God, remember that, huh? Okay.
Okay, so, library outreach, we talked about this before, and, we are, what?
Hey, you're beautiful, I tell you. You're a piece of work.
You're in trouble tonight, Jim.
I know it, I'm very tired. I shouldn't say that, I got a lot of sleep last night, that's a dangerous thing.
We have talked before about the idea that libraries are now reaching out to the community. We always brought them, you know, struggled to bring people into the library. Now, the trend is that libraries go out into the community. We bring our services out to the community. So we decided that we're ready to start working on that. So Lindsay Johnson, our adult services librarian, has been in contact with the senior center to see if we can bring our services to them. For instance, our digital discussions. Can we go over and sit with our seniors and help them download free ebooks? We can now bring our library laptop, and we can use our library application software and register them for patrons, library cards. We can check out books to them over there on our laptop. So technology has gotten so much better, it's making it easier for us to bring the library out into the community. So we are hoping to work with the Council on Aging
That's
on that.
terrific.
They are,
Should that be our only reach out or?
Oh, no.
No, she's got another one here.
No, I'm
Okay.
talking about other senior centers. Aren't there's some nursing
That's
homes? and-
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just
Yep.
a suggestion.
No, I think that's a great idea, yep. The Council on Aging has a lot going on right now, so this may not actually get started until January. But it involves planning
Well,
and,
congratulate you and Lindsay on that. That's a wonderful initiative.
we also, this is an idea that we're stealing kind of from the Long Meadow Library, because they've done this for, I think, 3 years, and it's been very successful there. And when I heard about it, I thought, well, why can't we do it here? So, we're going to have, on January 19th, from 5 to 10, we're gonna offer the high school students in East Long Meadow a quiet place to study. The library will be closed. It will not be open for, checking books in and out. The library will be closed. They'll have to come in order to get into the building, they have to show their ID. If they leave, they're out. There's no coming in and out. If they leave, they're in, if they leave, they're out. We're going to provide pizza and water. We have to give them food. And they will have the whole building, study rooms, tables, if groups wanna come in and work together. They'll have 5 hours of the building to just study for exams, which start the next day. So I got a very nice phone call from the superintendent, Gordon Smith, today, and he is very happy to hear that we're doing this, and is very supportive and is gonna help us get the word out. And I also got an email from the high school principal, Gina Flanagan, and she thought it was a nice idea, and she said to send over any publicity, and she will get it into their newsletter. And I asked both Gina Flanagan and Gordon Smith to mention it to the faculty, because it would be nice if one or two of the faculty would be available for some of the students that might need some help or whatever.
Yep.
So 2 or 3, well, it'll be, at least 3 staff members will be here that night to keep the building open. So we're looking forward to it. I hope it's successful.
Just for clarification, I'm sure, I agree, it's a wonderful thought, and it'll be exciting to see how well received it is. On a normal Thursday night, we're open till 8.
5,
Oh, we're only open till 5, so
Yeah.
there's no impact
no.
on the regular patrons. I think
Oh,
this
no.
is win-win-win. Good going.
Good. Thank
I
you
think
very
it's
much.
important to have a representative of the faculty here.
It would be
in the high
nice.
school,
Yeah.
as a feedback to the, independent feedback to the high school as to how it worked out.
Or how we can change it, and then if it
Or
is
change it.
successful, we could do it more than, one
Yeah,
night
we
next
could.
year, so. So it's not until January, so we have time to publicize it, and I
Well,
hope
this is
the
great.
students find it a good thing to,
Yeah.
I
take
think this is
advantage of it.
terrific. I liked your comment here. They will have full use, they will have use of the computers, study rooms, and meeting rooms, as you said earlier, to work in groups individually. So far, 2 staff members have volunteered, and I'm hoping 1 or 2 teachers will join us. That's wonderful. Good going.
I'm glad you
Or
like
some
that.
of us could join too.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Absolutely.
there are other departments, we have some more ideas, we're gonna be reaching out to the other departments as, the time goes by. We definitely, next year, will be involved in, National Night Out. We will definitely have a presence. We would like to also possibly have a presence at some of the parents' nights at the school. Just, we have a lot of ideas that we're floating around, so that's just we're just getting started with that whole push to get out into the community. So from the children's department, I want to make sure everyone knows that on December 30th, from 6:30 to 7:30, the children's Department is hosting a program called Roly Poly Guacamole. And that is the name of the group. And it is a dance party to welcome in the new year. And it's a way of saying thank you to the community for all of the support that we received throughout the year. And this music appeals to kids in preschool and early elementary grades. It's a family event. Everybody's welcome to come. And we're hoping to get a good crowd. So mark your calendar, December 30th, 6:30 to 7:30, Roly Poly Guacamole.
National Night Out, I hate to be too senior to know what's going on, but tell me more about
Well,
National Night Out.
I don't know that much about it, but it's a lot of, it has to do with organizations in town, the fire department, the police department. They gather at the high school. LCAT televises it, runs it. And it's for the community to come out and get to know what services are offered, get to know the people in different departments, ask questions. And so we would definitely like, as a town department, to be there and make sure people are aware of our services, new people coming into
I
town.
see.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sorry we didn't get it together for this year, and I'm determined, we all are, that we get out there.
So it's useful, semi-official marketing
Yeah.
of town, not only town function, but private? Or is it just town?
Is it just town offices? It's not private for private
No, it's
businesses?
businesses.
It is
Businesses too, the
okay.
state also,
We have the farm, some of the churches,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
and state government as well? Not the state, okay.
Mhm.
The Boy Scouts have had a representation, some of the nursing homes have been present, a number of entities that provide services to town members have been present. It's a nice,
Hospitals and things like that?
I don't know.
Ambulance
hospi-
companies?
Oh, thanks.
I walked by them.
Okay, oh.
But,
Fire department does the extrication with the car
Oh,
when they rip
that's
the doors
right,
off, and they
right.
have a car show.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Holly's usually brings some of their race cars and
Mhm.
have them in the parking lot so the kids can see them.
Mhm.
Okay.
things like that.
it's really a family night out, and the kids enjoy it,
And it's all free.
and it's all
Mhm.
free.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so the next item is just to let you know that I was notified that Library Legislative Day at the State House is on Tuesday, March 7th. I didn't get any information about it, they just said more information will be coming, so we'll be publicizing that when we get the information. And the last item I have to report is that the library podium, the big library podium,
Yeah.
has found a new home. The Brightwood branch of the Springfield City Library was very happy to get it. They came and picked it up a couple of days ago. And I'm just so happy somebody can use it. It's a great podium. It's just too big for our space.
The space next door.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it was just constantly moving it around. So, I am looking into getting a smaller podium.
Sure.
It will have a microphone on it, but it'll be just smaller and easier to store in.
Sounds
So,
good.
unless you have any questions, that's my report.
Should we continue on to the finances, or should we give approval for this?
I don't know that we have to approve the finances.
No, we'll just get informed of it. The report itself is expecting an approval for our past habits. But we can look them over. the
You want a
finances.
motion on the report? Your choice.
Why not? Yeah.
I move we accept the report of the library, acting library director, dated November 15th, 2016.
I'll second that.
Further comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's good. Finances.
So the finances are in great shape, I think.
It's early yet.
No, so everything is going along well. We still are, we had an appointment to meet with the town accountant today, and certain meetings got canceled, and so we're just gonna have to reschedule that, to sit down with her and just fine tune things and make sure we're all on the same page and, about different things. The funds have been, are in good shape, and, which is a good thing, because I think when we do have a new director, it would be nice if the new director has some funds to improve, we have quite a few things that we need to address, and I think that would be, give the new director the opportunity to do that.
Well, I look at the percentages,
Yeah.
59.9%, and we're what, 7.5 months into the year? So I think you're right on target.
I think we are.
Good going.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't think we need to approve this, but it was included.
Thank you for the information.
You're welcome. And I did put a cover to cover in the folder.
That's nice.
Just in case you'd like to see what's going on at the library.
Beautiful.
The cover to cover is always at the circulation desk, and on the first day of the month, we have people who come right in and get them. It's very
Really?
popular, yes, and if Lindsay doesn't have it there, they're calling us up from downstairs saying, where is it? So,
Cover to cover, huh? That's
yeah,
good.
it's
That's
just a nice way for someone to have a list of all the, what's going on in the library for the month,
And
and,
it's handy to have it. You don't
mhm.
have to subscribe to the Springfield newspaper to get the November events listing
Right.
either. It's all right here, plus a lot more.
Plus, yes, she
A lot
highlights,
more.
Cypress Resume is one of our databases that is used for people
Terrific.
who use it to create
Oh, is that
resumes.
right? That's
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah, it's very easy to use,
That's
very
cool.
lively, very affordable.
I like the joke in here. Why did the librarian slip and fall on the library floor? Diane? Because she was in the non-friction section. My favorite.
Ha ha, Lindsay.
Where'd you get that? Where
On
is
the
it?
back,
On the back.
under the eggs.
I'll tell her.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
tell her it's a groaner.
Okay.
My favorite.
Okay.
That's nice.
You know, I noticed that you're, again, this year selling the, I call them the book lovers calendars. Those are
Oh.
the day-to-day calendars where you get a little information about a book and then you rip the page off and, but you got other stuff in here this year.
That's
And you can buy
great.
them at the central circulation disc. Book lovers calendar, 365 days of trivia, color your year, a minute crossword puzzle, 365 days of sports, keep calm and carry on, new words, 1,000 places to see before you die. Boy, there's something for everybody. Come in and buy your calendars here rather than at Barnes and Noble.
And people are.
They are.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, it's a good time to buy calendars.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that's kind of one of your friends' items to report.
Yes, there you
On her
go.
toes.
Stepped on my news.
Oh, is that right? Was that, oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading I'm reading the cover to cover.
I know,
I'm-
I know. It's, these
friends are
these
doing
books
it,
are,
huh?
yes,
All right.
they're the friends, that's all.
I give you guys all the credit, you know
You,
that.
I know you do.
New business. Library Director Search Committee update. I think we are meeting to vote on our first candidate.
Okay. Oh, what is the name of the candidate that has been
Layla.
recommended by the search committee?
Layla Johnston is what.
Layla Johnston. All right, I'll move we extend an offer to Layla Johnston.
I will second that motion.
Discussion, I think it's been heavily discussed and recommended. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. The letter is here. It's unanimous.
Okay. You can bring it over to the.
I have a copy here, too. Yeah, it should,
Oh, yeah, Arthur, can you sign it?
I should say, what the heck?
Boy, this is gonna be good. Layla Johnston and Lindsay Johnson.
Yeah, see,
Start using first names and middle initials.
Yes.
well, I got the first names confused with the woman who moved to the Forbes. I got the names turned around. Okay, other business, Library Friends News.
Got
Got nothing to talk
I got
about.
nothing really
Since I stepped on your lines, huh? Sorry.
No, I did not attend the last meeting. I had a conflict, so I did ask Laura if there was anything that she'd like me to share with you, and she just wanted me to let you know, as well as whoever watches our meeting here, that the Halloween fundraiser made over $500.
Wow.
So that was very good. And of
Good
course,
for you.
yeah,
That's terrific.
yeah. I don't know if you've noticed in the display case, when you come in across from the circulation desk, the friends have making use of that display case to show their merchandise and also become a friend and join the friends and so forth. So they've done a nice job there.
I had tools put in there for a while.
Yeah,
Got a lot of attention. I heard about it from all kinds of people.
yeah.
And, you know, if you have collections of any kind, that people are interested in seeing them.
It's a remarkable
Bring my
assortment,
grandmother's dishes.
a remarkable assortment of things that have been in there. Last month, I don't know what the current display is, I just probably wasn't paying attention. But last month, they had some of the old Fisher-Price toys in there. And boy, did that bring back some memories from 35, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Flashbacks, you know.
Yeah, tell me. I
But
know,
that was really
I know,
interesting.
Yeah, it was. And did you see the toaster collection? We had.
Yeah,
the
that
toaster.
was
I
interesting
thought that was
too.
pretty neat. There's a lot of good things. People come and you can sign up. You just come to the circulation desk and there's a list and you sign up, and then when it's your turn, you'll be notified and you bring in your collection.
And you help them display it and make the appropriate annotations or
Well,
whatever.
Actually,
They
people
do
do their own.
They're
They just
good at
open
doing
it up
that?
for them, and they absolutely people set
Well,
up
that's
their own.
terrific.
They make
People,
their-
you see people
Make the
standing
signs, yeah.
Yeah,
standing there looking at it all the time,
yeah.
looking at the displays, whatever they are. And they
Yeah, it's
change,
true.
about every month they change,
Yeah,
or so.
there's
Yeah.
usually something in there.
Yeah, yeah, that's great.
So they thought, I guess the friends thought the display case would attract attention, like you say, as well as their corner over by the cafe. And basically, they will be doing their annual holiday fundraiser with the baskets and so forth. I
With
just
the
want.
baskets are,
Oh,
there are assortments of good things to eat, some drink,
yes,
I've-
chocolates.
they had some baskets that had, as I'm remembering a year or two ago, maybe it was last year, baskets with candles in them and different writing
Yeah.
material, all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah,
Scarves or napkins, I don't even know. There's a lot of good,
Yeah.
interesting things.
yep.
If you
Yeah.
can't find, there's a dozen baskets usually.
Absolutely,
Take a chance.
yeah,
Huh?
absolutely. Yeah,
Oh,
Anita,
Oh, Anita Thamistos?
yeah,
Oh,
because she's kind of the
amazing.
coordinates all
Yes.
of that for the
Yes.
friends, and she's been doing it for quite some time, and
She
she's,
is the expert.
she
And
truly
it's all
is.
based on a lottery ticket.
Yep.
Buy a lottery ticket or many tickets.
Yeah.
You can't win if you don't buy. And you get, that's a donation to
Right.
the
It's a
Friends.
It's a donation,
Yeah.
right?
And
Right.
if you're lucky to be selected among those who have made the donation, from those who have made the donation, you get a nice basket.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I may sign up again this year. I may join. Just me.
Also, the Friends are, I guess you'd say, like, take charge of the literacy path, where people can make a donation for a brick in honor of or in memory of a family member, friends, loved ones, and so forth. And so they're continuing that, and what is this, 12 years later, and they have found a vendor that's a new vendor who will be less expensive as far as to put the print on the paver and a shorter turnaround. So if people make a donation, it won't take, 6 months or whatever in order for it to.
So it's a donation to the Friends
It is.
that provides the bricks? Okay.
Yes. And the Friends will not be meeting in December. It's a busy, busy time, but they will be meeting in January. So at that point in time, I shall be, keep that Monday set to one side and share with you January's Friends meeting. So
Thank you.
that's basically all I have.
Thank you, Diane.
All right.
Good. Anything else? Have we done what's needed tonight?
I
think
will,
so.
just one item, Art, I neglected to submit it as an agenda item, but there's no decision on it. I'm just, as a matter of information, I will be attending the yearly meeting of the Massachusetts Board, the Massachusetts Association of Boards of Library Trustees meeting in Shrewsbury this year on Saturday, and I'll let you know how that turns out.
Okay,
Next meeting date?
next meeting date.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring my calendar, I'm sorry. I usually have that whole thing, I think it's the 21st, but I'm not sure. That's Wednesday, Wednesday.
Let's see. I think so.
I didn't bring a calendar either, I have no.
That was the original
Wednesday
scheduled
is,
date.
The 21st.
I think that,
Is that
I,
good for you, or you wanna meet the week before, or?
whatever's your preference, I'm open either the 21st or the 14th.
It's 4 weeks from today.
4 weeks from today is the 14th?
I don't know, is it?
Trying to remember if
Yep.
What's the 14th, David? Is that a
14th,
Wednesday?
14th, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Should we do it the 14th? Is that all right with everyone?
That works for me.
Maybe you could send out not a telex, jeez, an email. God,
I'm gonna be calling Cindy tonight, and I'll give her this.
good. That's fine.
And I just wondered whether she didn't get the message or forgot, or.
It's possible. She's working yet.
Yep.
She's working?
No,
Oh,
I'm, we'll talk.
well,
We'll talk in a minute.
all right.
And I hope Jenny feels better so she can join us in December.
Right.
I'll check on her too.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
So I move we adjourn.
Second?
I'll second.
Oh,
Moment.
where's the mallet?